H plus is called as hydrogen ion. H minus hydride. This plus will go as a superscript. Okay, this way. Cl minus is chloride ion. So if you say sodium chloride, so that chloride means it is chlorine ion, chloride ion. I minus, I is the symbol for iodine, iodide ion. F minus, F is the symbol for fluorine, so fluoride ion. So if you see, all these have valencies 1. They carry a charge of 1. So these are called as monovalent ions. So whenever an ion is having one valency, we call it as monovalent. If the valency is 2, we call it as divalent. O2 minus, that is oxide ion. S2 minus is sulfide ion. Now, if the valency is 3, we call it as trivalent ions. So N3 minus, nitrogen, N refers to nitrogen, S refers to sulfur. So N3 minus is nitride ion. P refers to phosphorus. P3 minus is phosphide ion. So in the chemical formulas, when we are using these terms, so I've made this table so that it's easy for you to recall which ion is this. So these are the polyatomic ions that you have to learn. Take a screenshot of this. See, there are more students, but you only have to learn these till this level. Then we have done the formula writing. These are the examples that I discussed the other day with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's do this. The notebook work, just all those who have done, please check that you have done it correctly. Those who have not done it, students, I really can't help you. You have to make that effort. First is aluminium hydroxide. Aluminium is Al3 plus. Aluminium is Al, hydroxide is OH. Aluminium has valency. What is the valency of aluminium?
3.
3.
3.
Hydroxide. Hydroxide. 1. So we crisscross. Yes, it's a polyatomic ion, so we put it in brackets. Then we crisscross, no common factor, 3 and 1. So we crisscross, we get AlOH whole thrice. Please repeat after me. How do you pronounce it? AlOH whole thrice. Say it now.
ALOH whole thrice.
Yes, AlOH whole thrice. Next is ammonium nitrite. Ammonium, what is the symbol for ammonium? What is the symbol for NH4? Nitrite is NO2. What is the valency of ammonium ion?
1
And nitrite?
plus 1.
1. See, beta, when we talk of valency, we don't include the charges. So just you have to tell the number. And then we crisscross, we get NH4NO2. Calcium hydroxide. What is the symbol for calcium?
Ca.
Ca. Hydroxide is OH. What is the valency of calcium?
2.
2. Hydroxide is
1.
1. So no common factor. Hydroxide is polyatomic. We put it in brackets and then we crisscross. CaOH whole twice. Then is ammonium carbonate. Ammonium is NH4. Carbonate is what?
CO3.
CO3. What is the valency of ammonium? 1. What is the valency of carbonate?
2.
2. So both are polyatomic ions. So we will put both in the brackets first. Then we crisscross. So we get NH4 whole twice. CO3, it is 1 because ammonium will give you 1 here. So since we don't write 1, so I have removed the brackets. NH4 whole twice CO3. Sodium carbonate. Sodium is what? What is the symbol of sodium?
Na.
Na. Carbonate is CO3. What is the valency of sodium?
1.
1. Carbonate is
2.
CO3. Oh, sorry, valency is 2. You put it in brackets and then you crisscross. So it becomes Na2CO3. We will have 1 here, so we have removed the brackets. Na2CO3. Sodium oxide. Sodium is Na. What is oxide? I just now
O.
told you. O.
O.
Valency of oxide ion?
2.
2. So we crisscross, we get Na2O. Magnesium nitrate.
Mg.
Magnesium symbol is
Mg.
Mg.
Nitrate is
NO3.
NO3.
NO3. Now see students, nitrite is NO2, nitrate is NO3. So please read it carefully whether the question is saying nitrite or nitrate. Valency of magnesium is
2.
2. Nitrate is
1.
1.
1. Nitrate is polyatomic, so we put it in brackets. No common factor, so we crisscross. MgNO3 whole twice.
Ma'am,
Next is, yes,
ma'am, if we take ma'am, let's say we take magnesium and we take a balanced ion, so what will be?
and you take a,
Ma'am, balanced atom.
what is a balanced atom?
Ma'am means it has 8 in outermost. Yes, unstable.
So if its outermost shell is complete, it will neither donate nor it will gain any electrons, so it will not react only. Noble gases are inert gases, they do not react. So how will a chemical compound be formed? Okay, chemical compound will only be formed when two of them are willing to give and take or share. If they're not willing to do that, then there will be no chemical compound formed because there will be no reaction happening between them.
And ma'am, I have one more doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, if the valency of an atom is 4, ma'am, will it gain or lose?
It will share. If it is 4, it will share.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, next is, please mute yourself, child. There's disturbance. Yeah, thank you. Potassium bicarbonate. What is the symbol for potassium?
K.
K. Bicarbonate is
HCO.
HCO3. Beta, HCO3 is bicarbonate. Like carbonate is CO3. Bicarbonate is HCO3. What is the valency of potassium?
1.
1. What is the valency of bicarbonate?
1.
1. Polyatomic, we put it in brackets. We crisscross, so we get KHCO3.
HCO3.
Outside it's 1, outside the bracket it's 1. So we remove the 1, we remove the bracket. KHCO3. HCO3 is entire bicarbonate group. Okay. Please don't think 3 is the charge is always written as superscript. The number which is written as subscript is representing the number of atoms of that particular element. So bicarbonate will be formed when there is 1 hydrogen, 1 carbon and 3 oxygen. If you remove this 3, it will become HCO. That will not be a compound. Now see, yesterday, the other day, someone was asking me that, ma'am, how does carbon share? How will it give? See, carbon has 4 electrons, so it has to share 4 electrons. So see, 1 electron it is sharing with hydrogen and 3 electrons it is sharing with oxygen. Right? So if this is how carbon will share its electrons. Then coming to zinc sulfate. What is the symbol for zinc?
Zn.
Zn. Sulfate is
SO4.
SO4. Okay. So zinc valency is
1.
2. Zinc is 2.
Ma'am, zinc is 2.
Yes.
Ma'am, it's 2.
Sulfate is SO4 2. So common factor is 2. We cancel 2. We get 1. Crisscross ZnSO4. Okay. Next is potassium sulfite. Potassium symbol is
K.
K. Sulfite symbol is
SO3.
SO3. Now see students, don't get confused between sulfate and sulfite. Sulfate is SO4. Sulfite is SO3. So read the question carefully. Okay, now coming to the valency of potassium. What is the valency? 1. Sulfite is 2. No common factor, so we crisscross, we get K2SO3. Any child who got all 10 correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Who?
Yes,
Raise your hands. Raise your hands. All those who got all 10 correct. Very good. Arnav, Naman. Naman, your hand was raised before only. Shashrika, Atharv, Khushi, Janish,
Ma'am, I have
Shubh, Ayush, Narayan, Amishi, Pranshul, Akshara, Ridhima, Veer. Okay, great. Good students. Others also, wherever you can all put your hands down. Um,
Ma'am, I have a
found
doubt.
some
But ma'am, I have a doubt.
coming. I'm coming to your doubt, students. Those who have found errors in the answers, please check once again and practice more. Okay, before I take up your doubt, students, just write down uh, how will carbon and oxygen react. Okay, write down for carbon dioxide. Just do this one. Carbon dioxide. What is the formula that you're getting?
Ma'am, CO2.
CO2.
C. Carbon symbol is C. What is the symbol for oxide?
O2.
O. O is the symbol for oxide. What is the valency of carbon? What is carbon's? 4. 4.
4.
Valency of carbon is 4.
4.
It is 2, 4. Electronic configuration. What is the valency of oxide ion?
2.
Ma'am, 2.
2. Do we have a common factor?
Ma'am, 2.
Yes,
2.
Ma'am, we can say
So we divide
1.
by 2, so we get 2 here and we get 1 here. Then we will crisscross. After crisscross, we will get CO2.
CO2.
CO2. This is how you can do for carbon dioxide. Clear?
Do we have to write in this in our notebook?
No. It was just for your practice. You can write also, no harm, child. Yes, who had a doubt, you can ask. Then I move to the next part of BOC.
Mom, why have you not put some polyatomic ions in brackets in the answers?
Beta, if the number is outside the bracket is coming as 1. So anyways, if nothing is written, it is understood that it is 1. So because, yeah.
Mom, but it looks like a valency, Mom, if it's in the subscript.
How does it look like a valency? Tell me.
Mom, because it is written below only and there is no bracket to separate. It's looking like NH is some compound and 4 is the valency.
No, so that means, and you do not know what is ammonium if you are considering this 4 as the valency. If you know ammonium is NH4 and you see there is no bracket around it, so then you will understand it is 1 only here.
Okay, Mom, even
So
though we
you
put
need
bracket
to
for easy understanding, so Mom, is it wrong then?
see right now if you do it, it's not wrong, but child, that is not the correct way of writing.
Okay,
So learn the correct way of doing it because you will carry it forward. This is just the basics that we're doing of chemistry. The actual chemistry is
Ma'am, I
yet
have
to
also
come.
a doubt.
Yeah, please ask.
Ma'am, how is the valency for NO2 1?
But for polyatomic ions, how the valency has come, that is beyond your scope. So that is why if you see, I have not discussed all that. At your level, you only need to learn the valencies, like calculate the valencies of first 20 elements. This also I have taught you, I could have easily given it to you to learn also, but I told you how to calculate. Others is beyond your scope. And when it comes to polyatomic ions, it's little complex. So we have left it. So you don't have to learn. That's why I'm only giving you few polyatomic ions to learn. This you have to learn at this stage. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Any other doubt in valency? Chemical formula writing?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Next we come to the next part of this chapter of this topic, which is chemical equations. So you have already been writing chemical equations in your lower classes. So let's go little understand how it is written and what are the different components of it. So you can represent an element by a symbol, right? We represent an element by a symbol like oxygen with O, nitrogen with N, sodium with Na. So these are the symbols of the elements. Compound by a formula like carbon dioxide with CO2. So we have discussed all these formulas. Magnesium sulfate as MgSO4, zinc sulfate as ZnSO4. So these are the compounds which are represented by a formula. But a chemical equation is represented by a chemical reaction is represented by a chemical equation. So if we have to show how two or more substances are reacting, we represent it by a chemical equation. For example, zinc reacts with sulfuric acid to give zinc sulfate and hydrogen. So zinc plus sulfuric acid, because these are the two substances which are reacting to give, this arrow is showing that it is giving zinc sulfate and hydrogen. So I have written these first two lines simply in a form of an equation. You tell me which one you find easier to read. The statement like zinc reacts with sulfuric acid to give zinc sulfate and hydrogen, or simply this equation zinc plus sulfuric acid is giving us this. Which one do you find
The
is
second
easier to
one, the
read?
word equation.
So the word equation, the
The word
equation is much
equation is
easier
much
to
easier.
read, much easier to read and understand. By just seeing the equation, you know what it is, who is reacting with what and what is being given. So therefore, we express these kind of statements in the form of, or these kind of reactions in the form of an equation. Now in this equation, if you see, I have only used the words, I have not used their symbols. So this type of equation is called as the word equation. The substances which are undergoing chemical change, that means zinc and sulfuric acid are reacting with each other. So these two substances are undergoing chemical change. Hence we call these substances as reactants. So those substances which are written on the left hand side of the arrow, these are the substances which are reacting with each other to undergo a chemical change, and we call them as reactants. And the new substances which are formed during a reaction, they are called as the products. So reactants react with each other to give us products. So identify in this equation what are the reactants?
Zinc and sulfuric
Zinc and
acid.
sulfuric acid.
Zinc
Zinc
and
and sulfuric
sulfuric
acid.
acid. Yes, zinc and sulfuric acid are reactants, and zinc sulfate and hydrogen are products. If you see in this figure also, NH3, what is NH3? NH3 is ammonia. Ammonia plus HCl gives us NH4Cl. So it is ammonia and hydrochloric acid which are reacting with each other. So these are the reactants, and we are getting ammonia chloride. So ammonium chloride is the product. So the substances which undergo chemical change are called reactants, and the new substances formed are called as products. So this is another representation, like you can see here, see the colors of these atoms. This is methane. Methane is CH4. Please make a note of methane somewhere. In your books or notebooks, just write methane is CH4. So methane plus oxygen gas is giving us carbon dioxide gas plus water. So what you see how the molecules are rearranging. In methane, we had one red carbon and 4 hydrogens, yellow hydrogens. Just a sec. And O2, we are having 2 green oxygen atoms. So when the reaction is happening, how are they getting rearranged? These 4 yellows get removed. In place of that, the carbon, it reacts with the oxygen. So you can see 1 red and 2 green atoms of oxygen plus water. So how is water formed? 1 oxygen, right, and 2 yellow hydrogens. So the atoms are rearranging. No atom is lost here, students. No atom is lost. If you see here, we had 4 hydrogen, and here we are having only 2 hydrogen. So you might think that 2 hydrogens have been lost. There were 2 oxygen atoms here, but in the products we are having 3 oxygen atoms. So what is happening is, how do we know that where are the other 2 hydrogen atoms, or from where is this oxygen atom coming? For this we have to balance a chemical equation. So you would have seen when a chemical equation is written, a number is written before the formula. That number is called as the coefficient, which you get after balancing. So balancing is done Later, once you know how to write a chemical equation, and balancing we are not studying this time in class 8 because of shortage of time and because of online classes. So you will study it in class 9th. So for this term you should only know how to write this kind of equation. What are reactants? So you should know the formulas, and you should know what are the products and the formula. So that is the basis of chemical reaction. So we are based on that, we are going to practice some questions. So chemical reactions involve the reorganization of atoms. See, now if you see in this equation, this number is written before H2, before H2O. This number is called as coefficient. Remember when I was teaching you how to calculate the number of atoms and molecules? There also I taught you this. This 2 before the number, sorry, before the formula means, what does 2H2 mean? How do you interpret it? How do you interpret? Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Ma'am, 2 molecules of hydrogen.
Yes, 2 molecules of hydrogen. So this number in front of the formula is called as the coefficient, which is giving you the number of molecules. And the number which is written in smaller font, which is the subscript, this is giving you the number of atoms in one molecule. Like one molecule of hydrogen will have 2 atoms of hydrogen. So 2 molecules of hydrogen will have 4 atoms of hydrogen. Similarly here, O2, that means there are 2 atoms of oxygen. H2O, H2O has 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. And there are, in this equation, we are having 2 molecules of water. So this is how a chemical reaction is written. Reactants yield products. So in an equation, the reactants are written on the left hand side always, and with a plus sign in between, and products are written on the right hand side, that is RHS with a plus sign. So if you have more products, you will use plus sign. An arrow is put between the reactants and products with the arrowhead pointing towards the products, right? So this head of the arrow should point towards the products. So left hand side reactants, right hand side products, with an arrow with the arrowhead pointing towards the product. Okay, this I've already covered. Yeah. So this also I have already shown you. Methane plus oxygen gives. So if you see, methane and oxygen are reacting with each other. So we have put a plus sign in between. Products are carbon dioxide and water. So 2 products with a plus sign in between. Arrow pointing towards the products. And this coefficient, this number before the formula that you are seeing, is representing the number of the molecules of the reactant or the product. So this you do in balancing, which you are not doing this time. Word equation. So what is a word equation? It describes a chemical reaction using the names of the reactants. For example, hydrogen plus oxygen. I'm not using any formula here. I'm not using any symbol here. I'm writing hydrogen in the name. Plus oxygen gives us water. So this is a word equation. Similarly, acetylene. Acetylene is also a chemical compound. Plus oxygen. They both are reacting with each other. So these are the reactants giving us products which are carbon dioxide and water. Practice this now. You have to write a word equation for this statement which is given and circle the products. Aluminium metal combines with chlorine gas to make aluminium chloride. 10 seconds you have to write this.
Ammonium plus chlorine is equal to aluminium chloride.
Aluminium, not ammonium. Aluminium plus chlorine.
Aluminium plus chlorine equal to
Aluminium
chloride.
chloride. So are you getting this equation? Aluminium plus chlorine gives aluminium
Yes, ma'am.
chloride. And what is the product? It is the aluminium chloride. This is the word equation. Now practice this one. Magnesium metal combines with nitrogen gas to make magnesium nitride.
The
Magnesium plus nitrogen is equal to magnesium nitride.
Magnesium plus nitrogen
No, this is Anuttam na. Anuttam, am I taking your name correctly today?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Yes, are you getting this equation,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
everyone? And here the product is
ma'am.
magnesium nitrite.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So those were the word equations. Now, in your exam, you will have questions where you have to convert a word equation to a chemical equation. So what is a chemical equation? It is a shorthand way of representing a chemical change in which chemical formulas are used for the reactants and products. So see, in these, when you are writing these kind of word equations, it is still little longer. So to make it more concise, to make it more understanding, so that we know how many atoms are present, how many molecules are present of each, how many molecules are present, how many atoms of each element are present, that information you are not getting from the word equation. So we write chemical equation where we are using the formulas of the reactants and the products. So if you see, your chemical equations are giving you more information compared to the word equation. The word equation is not telling you how many atoms of nitrogen were there or how many molecules of nitrogen were there. No such kind of information is being given by the word equation. So therefore, we write in the form of chemical equation. In the chemical equation, sometimes students, you will see that, in bracket something is written. This something in the bracket is actually representing the state of the substance. For example, if it is solid state, we represent it by S, a small s, not capital S, a small s in the bracket. If it is liquid state, we represent it by small l in the bracket. If it is gaseous state, we represent it by small g in the bracket. If it is aqueous, that means it is dissolved in water, then we represent it as AQ, small a, small q in the bracket. So if I read this equation, H2 plus O2 gives H2O, I am getting a lot of information from this.
Ma'am,
I get to know that, yes,
ma'am, what is aqueous?
aqueous is when a substance is dissolved in water. That is aqueous. So H2, that is telling me that there are two atoms of hydrogen. What is the state of hydrogen? It is gas. Oxygen, there are two atoms of oxygen. What is the state of oxygen? Gaseous. What am I getting? H2O. H2O has two atoms of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen. What is the state of water? It is liquid. That's why it is L. So this, I'm getting all this information by just looking at this equation. And if I even balance this equation, I will get to know the number of molecules of each, how they are reacting. So this is the advantage of writing a chemical equation. So this slide is very important for you. You can take a screenshot of this. Now, one thing that you need to remember, students, there are certain elements, right? Their atoms, I told you in the beginning when I started with atoms that they do not exist independently. They combine with atoms, with other atoms to exist in nature. So if I talk of hydrogen, whenever you have to write hydrogen in a chemical equation, it will always be written as H2 because single H atom does not exist in nature. So you will see, you will nowhere write, you will nowhere see written as only H. Hydrogen is always represented as H2 in a chemical equation. Oxygen is always represented as O2. See, everywhere you will see O2. You will not see, single O atom. So similarly, nitrogen as always N2. Fluorine as always F2. Chlorine as always Cl2. Bromine as always Br2. Iodine as always I2. So whenever you come across these names in your chemical equation, please, in your word equation, so when you're writing the chemical equation, please use these formulas for these molecules. If you write single H, it will be wrong. It has to be H2. Then metals, like you have studied sodium, aluminium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, lithium, beryllium, all these metals you have studied. Then carbon, boron, silicon, they are only represented with their symbols as single atoms. There you will not write two. Like sodium is only written as Na. Similarly, magnesium is only written as Mg. Aluminium is only written as Al. So there you will not write any subscript. But when you are writing these names, these elements, then you have to use 2 as the subscript. So examples of some metals like sodium, lithium, magnesium, aluminium, iron, copper, zinc, lead, silver, they're all written with their symbols. Acids, HCl is hydrochloric acid. Sulfuric acid is H2SO4. Nitric acid is HNO3. These formulas you should know. Carbonic acid is H2CO3. So you have to use these terms for these symbols for these acids. And if you are using ions, then don't forget to crisscross the valencies. So this is a very important slide for you. It will be very helpful for you. Now see this equation, you have to translate. Yeah, better just give me 2, 3 minutes more and then you can ask your doubts. Translate the following word equation into chemical equation. So just do it quickly, 10 seconds. Sodium plus chlorine gives sodium chloride.
NaCl.
That's it. Word equation converted to chemical equation will be this for this thing. This equation would be NaCl.
No, ma'am, it will be
Na plus Cl,
NaCl equals
which becomes NaCl.
Na plus
Ma'am,
Cl. Will it be Na plus? Will it be Na plus Cl?
No, ma'am,
Na plus Cl2.
Cl2. Just now I told you chlorine is represented as Cl2. Right? So it will be Na plus Cl2. Chlorine is diatomic. That means 2 atoms are there. Plus NaCl. So, you know, if you feel that your formula, if you don't remember at that time, just simply write the symbols with the valencies or the charges and orally crisscross. So Na plus Cl is giving you Na and Cl is giving you NaCl. So sodium, metal represented as only the symbol. Chlorine, Cl2 gives you sodium chloride, which is NaCl. Okay. Have you understood this?
diatomic.
Better you don't all those we're not going to that level. We're just practicing simple equations. Right now you only have to learn how to write an equation. So I'm not going to difficult ones. I'm simply practicing simple questions. So first you get a hang of this, then we can come to the other types. Okay, this is your notebook work. This is your homework. Take a screenshot of this. And I'm discussing the first 4 questions right now. The remaining 6 you will do at home today. And tomorrow when we meet, we are going to discuss the remaining 6. So just I'm discussing first 4 right now. I hope you've taken the screenshot. Do this quickly. Hydrogen plus chlorine gives hydrogen chloride.
H2 plus Cl2 gives HCl.
Very good. Who was this child?
Mama Tharva.
Atharva. Okay, next Atharva, you will not answer. We'll give chance to someone else. So we get H2. Hydrogen is represented as H2. Chlorine is represented as Cl2. Gives us HCl, hydrogen chloride. What is HCl? It is actually hydrochloric acid. Do the second one now.
C2 plus O2 equals to CO2.
CO2.
Beta, how do you represent carbon?
Ma'am,
Go back to my
Oxygen.
carbon is
Ma'am,
represented
C.
only with
Ma'am,
the
C plus
symbol.
O2 is equal to CO2.
plus O2.
Ma'am, C plus O2 is
plus
equal to
O2.
CO2.
Very good. C plus
Plus
O2.
O2.
Carbon is represented only with its symbol. Oxygen is represented as O2, right? Gives us CO2. Next, potassium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid gives potassium sulfate plus water. Do it. Take 20 seconds for doing this.
K2SO4.
That's it. K2SO4. That's it. That's the equation.
Yes, ma'am.
KOH
Ma'am,
plus
ma'am,
plus
KOH
No, there's a
plus
girl speaking. There's a girl speaking. Let her speak. Yes. Who is this child?
Ma'am.
The, no, wait, please. There was a girl who was giving the answer. The first child who started speaking. Who was that girl? You can speak, please. Go ahead, child. Otherwise, I'll then ask someone else to speak.
Mom, can I answer?
Who
Ma'am,
is this?
can I?
I just want to say that, ma'am, because of a network issue, I was not able, ma'am, I was joined, but I was kicked out of the meeting. So, ma'am, don't mark me absent.
Okay. Yes. Who was the child who wants to
Mom,
answer?
can I answer?
Mom, can I?
Arnav.
Mom, please. Mom, please.
Arnav has spoken a lot, not Arnav. Someone else. Rida Hashmi.
Ma'am, can I?
Rida Hashmi. I want Rida Hashmi. I have not heard her. Yes, Rida?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please
ma'am.
answer, child. Tell me.
Ma'am, KH2. No.
What is hydroxide? See, hydro refers to hydrogen. Oxide
Hydrogen.
refers to oxygen. So
Oxygen.
what is there in hydroxide? What is
H2.
beta? Hydrogen and oxygen is OH.
Oh, sorry.
ma'am, can I?
Beta, no. Let Rida only try. Yes. KOH.
KOH
Yes.
plus
Yes. Plus.
so,
What is sulfuric acid?
it's
See here. See here. What is sulfuric acid?
sulfuric acid.
H2SO4.
Beta, can Rida speak? Can Rida speak? Yes, Rida, tell me what is sulfuric acid?
H2SO4. Okay.
Yes.
KOH plus H2SO4.
Yes.
Arrow KOH plus H2.
Beta, firstly, it is sulfate.
Oh,
See, follow this. Write like this.
Ma'am, KSO4.
Potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide will have potassium ion and hydroxide ion. So I've simply written K plus and OH minus. So with this, I know that the valencies are 1. So I'll have to crisscross. I will get KOH. Orally, I will do it. Sulfuric acid, I know is H2SO4. Potassium sulfate. That means potassium ion and sulfate ion. Potassium ion is K plus, sulfate ion is SO4 2 minus. Water is H2O, I know. So simply orally crisscross. It will become K2SO4. So what will be the equation? KOH. After crisscrossing, both are 1. I will get KOH plus sulfuric acid H2SO4 gives us K2SO4 crisscross plus water.
so ma'am,
Have you understood this?
yes,
Yes.
ma'am. In this too, we have to make do the whole calculation and then put the.
Yes. So basically, you should know how to write the chemical formula. Only then you will be able to write the correct equation. Okay? So those who are not yet comfortable with
Yes,
formula
ma'am.
writing, students, please practice. Okay, do the last question. Calcium plus water gives calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen.
Ma'am, can I?
Who
Ma'am,
is
can I
Canai?
please?
Who is this Canai? Wait, if you don't tell me your name, how do I know? No, I want some other child to answer.
Ma'am, may. Ma'am, can I try?
No, see,
Ma'am, can I?
Kartik, Chadesh, Athar, Arnav, these names I know now. I want a child whose name I don't
Ma'am, I
know.
have not spoken.
There's no word like speaken, it is spoken.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Yash. Yes, tell me, Yash.
Ma'am, Ca plus H2O arrow CaOH plus H2O.
Beta, calcium hydroxide. What is the valency of calcium? Calcium is Ca2 plus. Valency is 2. Hydroxide, no, the child is already told. the formula for calcium hydroxide was wrong. It is calcium is Ca2 plus, hydroxide is OH minus. So crisscross, what would be the formula? Yash, tell me, what is the formula for calcium hydroxide?
CaOH.
बेटा अगर ये 2 है, if you bring this 2 here after crisscross, will it not be CaOH whole twice? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And has everyone understood this? Calcium is just represented with this symbol.
Yes, ma'am.
Ca plus water is H2O. Gives calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice, and hydrogen is represented as H2. You want to do more, or will you do as homework and tomorrow we discuss? What do you want? Tell me quickly.
Homework.
Complete the whole so that
Ma'am,
we can
homework.
see the.
Yes. So if anyone
Ma'am,
is
I
not
had a doubt.
yes, beta, I'm taking your doubts. Just give me a second.